Good morning, guys. We ran out of propane, so I got to go take care of that. Good morning, Rim Dog. Propane setup. Good thing is 2 tanks, so switch the knob from the empty tank to the full tank. Most people will put it in the middle and just run both. I prefer not to do that because it lets me know when one is empty so that I can go fill that one. So I'll go fill this one right now, and then when that one's empty, I will just switch to this one and go fill it. But like I said, most people just like to run them both, and then when they get to where they're going, they go top it off. I personally don't like to do that. So everything's good here now. I feel it doing this job. So we're good. I'm just gonna get that tank taken out and find some place to get some. So we're in the camper, and I am doing some editing on some film just to make sure that things are lining up the way I envision. So this is pretty much the end of the day. However, I want to touch base on some of the footage that you're about to see. First of all, this first day of our trip has been dedicated to us making sure that we are doing some of the upgrades that we need to do to our camper, because not only are we prepping for this week-long trip that we're currently on now, but we're also prepping for some future stuff that we have coming up in 2026 that we are going to be doing, and I want to make sure that these things are in place and set up just to make our life easier or whatnot. So the first thing that we did was Johnny helped me install a dash cam. So the footage that you're seeing is us in the truck talking about setting this dash cam up and getting it ready to go. We did this kind of late in the evening, and it got dark super fast as we were trying to figure out how to do these things and running into several errors or whatnot. So we didn't finish it actually until the next day. All right, so we ran out of daylight on installing the dash cam, but we got it installed. It was frustrating last night because removing the old factory piece and then putting in a new OME piece and then make sure everything snapped, and then instructions, terrible at reading those. But we got the camera set up. We got some decent visuals, so I'm excited to see how it performs when we're driving. Anybody looking to do it themselves, it is doable to do it yourself. And it replaces very, 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 I would say very easy, even though we struggled. I think it was because it was nighttime and we were trying to do a lot at night. And, we came out here now this morning, sun's out, and it was actually pretty smoother. We got everything in. We could see where the wires were landing, and we got everything tucked in and put away. So excited about that. Let's see how that does. I Again, I'm not sponsored by anybody or anything that I'm showing you. I'm just telling you I'm a type of person that does a lot of research, and I find what I like according to what my research reveals. A third installation for the day, which was a door lock. We changed the door lock on our camper. All right, we're at our final upgrade for this trip, and the final upgrade is our door lock. So we decided to go with a keyless entry lock, but this is the standard lock that we have that comes with most campers. And from looking at the inside of it, it doesn't look like it's gonna be too complicated to get this off. Looks like it's just some screws that's there, followed by that just popping off. So I think that'd be fairly easy. We did get locked out of our camper before with the keys in it. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And we had to use one of Johnny's little ones to jump through a window that we opened up, thankfully, that night into the bedroom to get some cool air in and not have to worry about the AC as much. And we were able to get her through the window, who then came in and opened up the door. So this is a great way to avoid that situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this lock set up, and that'll be our final upgrade for this trip.
I haven't read any instructions yet, so I'm not sure if I'm supposed to use a drill. But here's what it is. Inside here, you this? Shouldn't this stay? Not like such. That's what made it easy. It is easy. Let's hold that whole thing together. That whole piece is one piece. Oh, that makes sense now. Boom.
And herein lies the small singular piece that holds your door in place for people not to get in.
Makes it feel safe,
Don't
doesn't
you
it?
feel secure?
That's a good bit heavier. That is a good bit heavier. This already comes screwed together. Looks like there's a screw, connection there. Boom, boom.
Okay.
That's the dad reference. Okay. What is this? That is a key. That is a remote. Is there two remotes? There's two
Yep.
remotes.
Okay.
In case somebody's fooling with this, it comes attached but not fully screwed in. There's just one screw at the bottom that you have to pull out from that joint there, and then you get that out. All right, my instructions say we're gonna put this piece in first. So I hope my hole is big enough because I don't want to cut. We weren't loud enough. All right, so now that bolt's out the way, this here looks pretty set in place. And from this side, it's looking pretty good. So now, let's try to see what the other side does. Right there. All right, Johnny, you want to bring me screws? Bring me the drill with that one screw for now. And if you put it in there. I'm going to tighten it up all the way, make sure I have some good wiggle room. And let's see.
Trying not to tighten it up. So, I fold it slightly, I guess. Not exactly straight. See, this one's just firm.
moves freely. All right, so what's happening is the screw here was the old screw, which is a tad bit longer. The old one is shorter, was keeping this bolt from moving freely. So now I put in the old one and just forced it out a little bit, and now that can go in and out with ease. So I think that'll be fine. Now I just got to see if everything lines up with this. I'm supposed to change that out too, but I'm gonna avoid it if I can and just rock with what I got. Because again, like I said, the plan is, if I was to sell this camper, is to just pull this lock off and rock with what's on there. So that's the old piece here and the old piece there. So I'm just gonna close it now and see. Oh wait, I can't have the bolt out. I was nervous for a minute. Nope. Nope, what's happening? Oh. All right, that's a problem, gotta fix that. All right guys, I had to walk away from this door because it was frustrating the living crap out of me. So I walked away for a minute, and then I had to make 2 trips to Ace Hardware because we had to get some different parts, because whoever installed this stuff in the beginning, they do a crappy job of this things because it's not theirs and they don't care, and they're just trying to get through whatever it is they got going on for that day. So with that being said, thankfully I was able to just troubleshoot it, get some materials from Ace Hardware, and then get it fixed. So I'm going to show you what it had to do. I didn't do this personally, but I'm going to tell you just in case somebody's watching this and is trying to install this lock or want to get this lock or may have that issue coming up in the future. So I'll show you what I had to go through. So this is the lock. First thing I had to do with this particular lock is where it went through the door and connected here, I had to trim the edge around the door so that it would actually go through and my holes would be accessed for the screw. I don't know that you're supposed to use a drill, but I'm glad I did because I can see where it pulled everything together and kept it tight. Right here, you can see that's where I was having the issue with the door where it was hitting. So if I can get that to focus, that's where the issue was. And the issue was because the actual piece right here on the door was sticking out. It was sticking out because the person who installed it used some wrong type of material, and this wasn't flat, it was sticking out on both ends. So I had to go to the store, Ace, and buy a file. Also got some Pringles too. But I bought a file so that I can file down the side of the door where my humps were causing this to poke out. So now it remained flat on there. Then I had to get a slightly bigger screw because the hole was stripped. And this hole, even in my previous lock, was just spinning. The screw was just spinning. I didn't realize that, but I went one size up on it to fill the gap on that. And that helped that to work and be good. And now the door closes and opens with no problem.
So finally KB is done fiddling with the door, and we can take some time to relax and just enjoy ourselves by the fire and everything else and get ready to head out and enjoy some adventures for the day.
Now that y'all caught up, we're actually about to make our first meal today because it's been one of them days. About to put on some appetizers and then get some chicken going.
Y'all, I am so excited. These are the sour starbursts that I have been looking for years. They like stopped selling them in Texas, or they didn't have them in Houston, haven't found them in Nashville, North Carolina. They have them. I'm so excited. I've got a pocket full of them right now. I bought a whole bag. Super excited.
Glad she's happy. Anyway, get some dinner going. All right, this has been a trip of, I almost tripped there, of relaxation as well as doing some upgrades to the camper and all that fun stuff. So we have been, she's laughing at the person, there's a kid over here just going
Clearly
through.
having a moment.
Yeah, we're going to ignore him and let him have his moment.
He's having a rough time.
He's not harming himself for anybody. He's just going through it. Anyway, and part of that upgrades is we got a new map. You want to hold it up? So it's a map that you can put on your camper and kind of highlight all the places that you've been. So that's something exciting for us to do. So we're going to put it on the camper today. So the best place, all right, the best place we think is on the back of the camper. Most people would put it on the slide, but I think I like it on the back of the camper where people can see. Even if we go, not necessarily right there, babe, because now it's over there. Maybe what about this area? Because our thing is probably going to go there.
That means you be putting it up there.
You can reach, I believe in you. But we do need to get some alcohol and kind of clean the surface and some paper towel. So let's run inside and grab that real quick and then pick back up.
All right. So KB is going to, because he's got a little bit of a longer reach, obviously, than I do. So he's going to go ahead and clean that surface for us so it adheres to the camper correctly. There is.
Don't judge my dirty camper.
It's a camper. It's going to be dirty. You're probably going to need more than one paper towel, though.
Probably.
Okay. Well, let's hope, guys, it doesn't rip by the time we get it up there.
Probably is gonna work.
Boom.
That is crooked.
No, it's on there now.
But it's on there.
It's not coming off, so.
We're in it now.
All right. All right, we're going to fill in some spots.
All right, so Naima's gonna start with highlighting the places we've been, and the first one we're gonna do is our home state of Texas. Let's see if she does a better job than I did.
These are a little smaller than the actual pieces, but I think it's meant to be that way.
As Naima is doing that.
We did Missouri, right? Yep.
Yep, we did Missouri. All right, that's what we've done so far. Last place we've been is Tennessee. I'm trying to remember, have we stayed in Oklahoma any?
I've never been to Oklahoma.
Okay.
Not me.
No Kansas either?
Nope.
All right. So we need to go get Florida.
Yeah, we got to close this area out.
And if we get Florida and Virginia, we're pretty good over there.
Well, you got to do Florida and West Virginia.
Well, is West Virginia above or below the Mason-Dixon?
Well, Virginia is below the Mason-Dixon. I don't know if all of West Virginia
I think West Virginia is above the Mason-Dixon. I don't know. Y'all correct me. But what I'm trying to say is we'll have this whole section here done. Future, we're going to hit Illinois for sure in an upcoming trip. And then we got some plans to start getting some of this going this way here pretty soon. So what's our criteria that we're saying that we have to hit to put a sticker up?
I think everybody does it different. For us, we want to have stayed at least a night and been able to kind of like, you know, get out and about a little bit. You can do a lot in 24 hours. You can do a lot in 12 hours in a place, but I don't just want to stop through. I want us to have actually like stayed at least a night there. In all those places we have, many of these places we've stayed way more than a night. So, yeah.
Yes. Every place up there we've stayed more than a night on there. I'm looking at it back and refreshing that. So yeah, that is true. We have driven the camper through Kansas, I believe, and through Oklahoma for a short stint, coming in this way, trying to get back to where we were going. But that's where we're at, and that's kind of the criteria for that. So we're excited. We're going to try to get more stickers this year and hit some new adventures and take you guys with us.
Gonna use all these stickers.